Discover the astonishing secrets to cooking diabetic-friendly meals that will guarantee you never eat anything that tastes like cardboard ever again. They said it wasn't possible, but now diabetic cooking can come with spice, flavor, and variety. Finally, there's a simple way to magically transform your desire for worry-free food into reality starting now. Living with diabetes sucks. I know. I've suffered from diabetes for 20 years. Finally, I have it all in a cookbook that will change your life forever. If you're tired of bland, I'm here to tell you there is an alternative. But let's step back a moment. When you're diabetic, food turns into your enemy. And something as fundamental as eating a great breakfast, lunch, or dinner becomes a nearly impossible minefield to navigate. Your diet turns into the most basic, boring, and bland collection of foods possible, and that's because unfamiliar foods and new recipes don't feel exciting, they're life-threatening. You don't think in terms of how good something tastes, but rather how many carbohydrates and fats it contains. Food is no longer something enjoyed. It simply becomes a medical necessity just as much of a scientific fact as that insulin shot. And you've long since given up on the idea of ever returning to the foods and recipes that you so desperately crave, even though those delectable snacks, desserts, treats, and beverages are constantly right there taunting you. But I don't need to tell you any of this. You know it all too well. Whether recently diagnosed, or you or a loved one has been living with diabetes for years, every food choice you make must take the disease into very real consideration. And that's a bummer, because you know better than anyone else that most diabetic recipes are about as tasty as the paper they're printed on. I was shocked at how few cookbooks, recipes, or even interesting food ideas are out there for diabetics. It seemed that the doctors are more interested in telling you what you cannot eat than shedding light on what you can. It seemed that cookbook publishers must think there's not a big enough demand, so they don't bother creating quality resources. And almost everybody else involved in the food industry seemed okay with just repackaging the same old boring recipes that had been around for decades. To say I was disheartened by what I found, or didn't find in this case, is a total understatement. It seemed to me that eating should not have to be so hard for diabetics, but sadly it is. When you break it down, the problem you're facing shouldn't be that difficult to solve. You or your loved one has diabetes. You want to be able to eat as good as, or better, than you ever have before, or at least find recipes that don't taste awful. And you want to be shown exactly how to create simple, fast, and mouth-watering dishes without having to convert traditional recipes into diabetic-safe ones. That's not too much to ask, is it? But the good news is you don't have to settle for cardboard food. You don't have to struggle to make something that tastes great and is good for you. That's because you can finally treat yourself to the taste you deserve. That's why I'm excited to recommend to you the Ultimate Diabetic Cookbook now. The Ultimate Diabetic Cookbook contains over 297 pages of lip-smacking diabetic-friendly recipes. It contains guaranteed ways to quickly and easily start cooking scrumptious recipes starting today, and fun and simple dishes that will take your cooking from just okay to out of this world. It also contains little-known secrets to effortlessly delectable meals that the whole family will love, and easy ways to transform your favorite pre-diabetic dishes without losing any of the taste. It also contains quick exchanges and conversions already done for you, and surefire ways to begin eating tasty meals that will eliminate all your fears about getting it right. It also contains how to avoid icky cardboard diabetic food once and for all, and the essential staple ingredients you need that will allow you to create award-winning dishes on a moment's notice, even if you haven't been to the grocery store in days. Plus, you'll have everything you need to lose those few extra pounds too. With good eating comes with benefits. It's time to start living the good life with the Ultimate Diabetic Cookbook. With the Ultimate Diabetic Cookbook, you'll quickly discover what you've been missing in your diet, and you'll know that you never have to go back to the way you were eating ever again. Take a closer look at what's included. Over 250 of the most delicious recipes you could ever imagine. More than 25 savory soups and stews that will make your mouth water just reading about them, such as the fresh garden stew, the morning harvest soup, and dozens of other oh-so-decadent delights. Plus, you have 25 and more fresh salads and veggie combos that will make anybody, even those who don't like salads, ask for seconds. A host of snacks that will leave all of your guests asking for more. And over 80 meat, chicken, and fish recipes that will remind you of your favorite restaurant at a fraction of the price. Included is the yummy in your tummy recipes that use your most loved grains, legumes, and pastas that are guaranteed to leave you with a smile, and dozens of winning non-alcoholic and alcoholic as well as cold and hot beverages that are surprisingly easy to make but taste gourmet. Included more than 25 delectable desserts that taste simply delicious, including melting peach crumble, apple cranberry pie, and the always popular grilled angel food cake, and too many more tasty recipes to mention here. And if you act today, you'll get your hands on my How to Lower Your Blood Sugar report absolutely free. Find out how to lower blood sugar naturally by eating low glycemic foods, knowing how to keep glucose readings on target, and eating the 10 foods that lower blood sugar. Plus, you get a 60-day money-back guarantee. Now, how can you beat that? So don't wait. Just fill in your full name and email address below and get the Ultimate Diabetic Cookbook and your How to Lower Your Blood Sugar report. Make sure to fill in your full name and email address below and go to the bottom of the sales page and click the Add to Cart button. Don't wait. Buy it today.